So I'm just going to dip my camera in there, get my lens a little cleaner. See? So this is the city sewer. And as I pull it back, that's the city's pipe, meaning you have no responsibility whatsoever with this pipe here. But as I pull it back, this is called the saddle. So in this bottom left-hand corner here, that is where the owner's pipe connects to the city pipe. And that seam is considered the owner's responsibility. And as I pull it back more, this is the most expensive part to fix if there was an issue, because the only way to fix this portion would be to physically dig up the street and replace it. There is a little bit of a separation, about 6 inches from the saddle. At this point, it is workable, it is usable, but there could be a problem because of that separation for roots to grow in the future. I don't see that happening now, but it is something to keep an eye on. So maybe once every year or so, or every 2 years, you run a camera to see if this pipe has slipped more. There are ways to fix this from the property line, which is where the sidewalk meets the grass. You could dig a hole, expose the pipe, and put what's called an epoxy liner inside of this pipe, which would allow you to put a new pipe inside of an old pipe and cover that seam with a new pipe. At this point, I wouldn't do anything until there were issues. The owner would have to tell you if he's had issues with this at 80 feet out or not. At this point, I would wait and see, and maybe inspect it once a year or every 2 years to see if that spot gets worse. As I pull it back, this pipe is original to the house. It is clay. It is 6 inches in diameter. And you can see there's a little bit of buildup, but that's normal. I'm looking at each seam to make sure that they're lined up and in good condition with no root intrusions. So right here's a seam. You can see it's lined up. It allows my camera to pass over it very easily with no steps going down or up. And that's basically what we're looking at as I'm pulling back from the street to the sidewalk parkway area. There's another seam. Looks very good. Another seam. Everything seems to be in good working order for its age. Another seam, no roots at this time. So here we are at about 55 feet. This is where we're going to get a little bit of a size difference. You see how that pipe got smaller? Mm-hmm. So there we're in the 4-inch pipe, and from here it drops into a 6-inch pipe. So this is a 4x6. Usually this is right at the property line, right near the sidewalk area, meaning this is on your property, not on city property. This would be where we would line the pipe if we had to line that 6-inch pipe. I also marked it with a marker on the street, because this is where the pipe turns from clay to plastic. You see how it's darker there? Mm-hmm. So this pipe, you could see, has been replaced. And where they replaced it, you could see that there's a little seam on top where the pipe has slipped, which it's actually slipped up. Which at this time there's no roots or anything. Usually the way it works is you have to put a band around each pipe that has metal around it to keep it from doing that. And sometimes they use a lesser material where it's just all rubber, and that rubber will move with the earth. And that's kind of probably what happened, is they used a coupling here that coupled the plastic to the clay that had some rubber give to it, and it separated. The good thing is that it went up, meaning there's no, you can drop something into it. It's not the other way around where there's a wall that we can't get by. But you can see that the opening does get smaller here. So that is something to keep an eye on as well, to make sure that opening doesn't get any smaller. So once again, a camera every year to 2 years to keep an eye on this. You'll have a reference from this video to see if it gets any worse. As we're pulling it back, you'll see that this pipe is ABS. And that's from the curb to approximately this little tree in the front yard, which I also marked. That's been replaced. And as we pull it back more, as we get to that spot, you'll see a change in pipe once again. So here, this pipe is clay. You can see where it goes from ABS to clay. And this is actually a Y, meaning there's another pipe right here to the left, which I took a video originally, that picks up the new remodel on the second floor above the garage. This is where this pipe ties into the sewer main. We don't have access to that line, so we can't run a camera from there to this spot, but I'm guessing it's newer than the pipe that we're looking at, so hoping it's in good shape. They flushed the toilet and ran water, and it seems to be in good working order. From that clay Y, it then turns back to ABS, 4-inch ABS pipe, and it runs ABS pipe from there all the way to the clean out that we see right here that we're working on, which is all brand new pipe. Once again, in good shape. Once I pull this out, I'm going to take it out, and there's a second clean out here, which is looks like a clean out going back under the house, which allows us to clean the line out or to gain access to the sewer pipe. So I'm guessing that's under a slab. I'm guessing there's no crawl space here.
Right.
So so here we are. This is the original. And then this here is the second clean out, which is going to allow us to go backwards in the line. I'm going to stop the video here and then see what we see and make another video of this part.